Hello, and thank you for your interest in Appalachian State University. This video is designed to explain the transfer admissions application to you. First thing you're going to go do is go to a website. We have a couple different ways you can get there. The first one is by going to admissions.appstate.edu, as you can see up here in the top left corner. You can also get to there through our transfer website, our transfer.appstate.edu, and you click the Apply Now tab. This website also has a lot of other great information for our transfer students, including our transfer guides, course equivalency search, Aspire Appalachian, and you can find more on those and other videos on our website. For this, we're going to go to the admissions website and we're going to click Apply Now. That will take you to our application page where it's going to explain to you our different types of populations and what application you might be using. For this video, we're going to be talking about transfer students. So these are students that have already graduated from high school and have taken college credit after high school. This also includes our military students and our second degree students. If you are still in high school, either as an early college student, dual enrolled CCP student, you would apply through our first year application. So we're going to click on the transfer student application. And this will take you to that webpage where it explains our criteria and our application requirements, but it also has a link right here to our application. You're going to click on that link. That link then takes you to our application page. And when you're clicking here, there are a few things to recognize. First, if you're a returning user, if you've ever started or completed an application before, you're going to want to log in. You don't want to create a new application because that's going to give us duplicate records, and any materials like transcripts that you've already sent in may not get applied to this application. If this is your first time applying to App State as a transfer student, military, second degree, you would go here and create an account. You're going to use a personal email and a password that you'll create. Note a few things down here that this application is for almost all of our majors, except for a few that are through our Flight Path program. And so if you're looking for these 5 online programs, you're going to use a Flight Path application. So just be clear that you're using the right application. First thing you're going to do is either set up an account or go in, log back in if you're a returning user. When you click back in, if you're, you'll get either a blank screen here where you'll start a new application, or if you're a returning user, you'll notice that some applications you've done in the past, if we are past those application terms, if fall's over, summer's over, you are going to click here and create a new application. For now, I'm going to click into this transfer application because we're still in this. And there's just a few things I want to point out. You're going to go through here and you're going to create your application based on your needs. What major, what campus, what is your past information that you're going to be sharing with us. Okay. When you're clicking on here, there are a few things to keep in mind. One is, as you saw here when I clicked, it brings up different information. So every time you make a click, just make sure you're reviewing that that information. Some of it is really important, like sometimes our online social work program is full. And so we're telling you we're on a wait list and giving you information that you might be looking at the future term. So just make sure you're paying attention to any of the pop-down menus that come whenever you make a choice. On the academic information section, there's a part here that gets a lot of people confused. And so I just wanted to click on and point this out. So if you're going on here and you're saying you're coming from Caldwell Community College, this level of study down here is really important to make sure we're choosing the right one. You are doing this either as a high school or a undergraduate. Graduate does not mean that you graduated from college. It means that you're going on for a master's or a doctorate for graduate work. So make sure that you're choosing undergraduate if it's for your prior college information, or high school if you're giving us your high school information. If you click graduate, it's going to give you an error message at the end. The other information we want to point out here is on the additional information. This is a great opportunity to send us additional information that you think we should know. So we holistically look at your application, and we understand that certain times things may have impacted your performance. And the more information you provide to us, the better we can utilize and the faster your application will be processed. If you're not giving us anything, but we're seeing some things that we might have questions about, it's going to take time for us to reach out to you and ask you to give us that information. So please make sure, and if there is additional information you want to provide us, that you can give that here. Okay. The last thing is when you go and you submit your application at the end, you are not going to be paying your application fee here. You will pay it after you submit your application. You'll get an email for access to your My Mountaineer portal. And in that is where you will either pay your application fee, or if you're have a waiver for an application, like if you're a military, we waive your application fee. That does take a few minutes to go through. And so you just want to be sure that you give the system time to process that waiver. So maybe put it aside for a half hour and come back, and then that should waive that through. If you have any questions, you are always welcome to give us a call. Again, at App State Transfer Admissions and Engagement, we're here to help you. You can click here on Connect with us, and we are happy to provide you information and answer your questions by giving us a phone call, giving us an email, however it is you want to connect with us. Again, we're excited that you're interested in App State, and we look forward to seeing your application and reviewing you as a future student. Thank you.